Alright, let's get into it. Look, this isn't just another royal drama, this is a full-blown collapse unfolding in real time, and honestly, it's hard to look away. Harry and Meghan's so-called escape to freedom has turned into a slow-motion train wreck, and the cracks are showing more than ever. Let's skip the sugarcoating and dive straight into the mess because, frankly, this is getting harder to ignore. Harry comes back from the UK, and he's not just carrying luggage, it's a whole storm brewing around him. He's visibly shaken, frustrated, and, let's be real, probably regretting more than a few decisions. And here's where things start to heat up. Sources say he's laying a lot of the blame at Meghan's feet. That's right, the woman who was supposed to be his partner in breaking free from royal constraints is now being seen as a key player in this downward spiral. But can you blame him? Decisions that seemed bold and liberating at first have now left them in a financial and reputational quagmire. Here's the kicker, their Montecito mansion, the one that's supposed to scream we've made it, we're independent, we're thriving, is now apparently at the center of a $50 million dispute. Think about that for a second. $50 million. Reportedly, the actual owner of the estate, some private investor, was letting them defer payments, but now? He's done waiting. He wants his money, and Harry is losing it. It's not just about the mansion, it's about what the mansion represents. It was supposed to be a symbol of their success, their independence, their new life. Now, it's a reminder of how quickly things can go south when you're in over your head. And let's talk about those media deals. Remember when they were signing Netflix contracts and Spotify deals, and everyone thought they were set for life? How's that working out now? Public interest is fading fast, and the projects they were banking on aren't delivering the kind of returns they probably dreamed of. And here's a bitter pill to swallow. When the public starts losing interest, so do the paychecks. It's a brutal reality, especially for a couple who built their post-royal brand on being, well, relevant. But here's where it gets even messier. Insiders say Harry's growing more and more disillusioned. He's reportedly feeling trapped, caught between loyalty to Meghan and the fallout from decisions he might not even believe in anymore. That's a tough spot to be in, especially when you're someone who once had the entire world rooting for you. Remember the Harry who was charming, relatable, and had a knack for connecting with people? Where's that guy now? Because what we're seeing is someone who's clearly struggling to keep it together. And Meghan? Well, her role in all of this can't be ignored. Whether you love her or hate her, there's no denying that her influence has been central to the path they've taken. Her PR strategies have been aggressive, some would say calculated, and while they've certainly made headlines, they've also alienated a lot of people. Critics have long pointed out that her approach seems to prioritize short-term gains over long-term stability, and now, it looks like the consequences of that are catching up to them. It's not just about the public perception, though. It's about the internal dynamics. Reports are coming in that Harry returned to Montecito alone, visibly upset, and not exactly radiating united front vibes. That's a big deal for a couple who've spent years projecting this image of solidarity and partnership. And honestly, it raises a lot of questions. How much strain can a relationship take before it starts to crack under the pressure? Because let's be honest, this isn't just about one or two bad decisions. This is about a series of choices that have led them to this point, financially, legally, and emotionally. And speaking of legal battles, let's not forget the recent court case. Details are scarce because of legal restrictions, but what we do know is that it didn't go in Harry's favor. Another loss, another hit to his confidence, and another reason for him to question how they got here in the first place. It's not just the court case itself, it's what it represents, yet another misstep in a series of missteps that's making it harder and harder for them to recover. But here's the thing, this isn't just about Harry and Meghan anymore. It's about the bigger picture. It's about what happens when you try to rewrite the rules without fully understanding the game. It's about what happens when ambition and reality collide. And right now, that collision is playing out in a way that's impossible to ignore. Critics are already saying, "We told you so." They're pointing to Meghan's history with the royal family, her PR tactics, and her alleged control over their public image as evidence that this was bound to happen. And while it might be easy to dismiss those critics as haters, it's getting harder to argue with the results. Lawsuits, financial struggles, estrangements. This isn't the fairytale anyone imagined when Harry and Meghan first stepped back from royal duties. And let's not forget the emotional toll this is taking. Insiders are raising serious concerns about Harry's well-being. And honestly, who can blame them? Imagine being trapped in a situation where every decision, every move, every word is scrutinized, criticized, and dissected. Imagine feeling like you've lost control of your own narrative, your own life. That's the reality Harry seems to be facing right now, and it's a harsh one. So, where does this all go from here? That's the million-dollar question, or in this case, the $50 million question. Because let's be real, something's got to give. You can't keep piling on lawsuits, financial disputes, and public controversies without something eventually breaking. And when it does, it's going to be big. For now, all we can do is watch as this saga continues to unfold. But one thing's for sure, this isn't just a story about a couple navigating life outside the royal spotlight. This is a cautionary tale about ambition, consequences, and the price of trying to have it all. And as much as we might want to look away, it's hard not to wonder what's coming next.